All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. Let's take a look at our subscription goal. We are sitting at almost 9,300. We need 700 more subs to hit that 10K goal to give that $1,000 giveaway. And then we have 12K subs coming up to send a couple people to some games of their choice. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Dennis Burns is at the top. We have Kellen on this week. He's doing a great job so far, but that is the leaderboard right now. If you see your guys' name, reach out to us. BearsProfitPlays@gmail.com or on Twitter, BearsProfit @BearsProfit. And we need to get you guys set up so we can give you guys your picks out for the next couple of weeks. If you see your name, make sure you reach out. Also, if you want to become a member on our YouTube channel, we're going to be giving away $50 weekly to our members on YouTube. We have 15 to 20 right now. So if you become a member for just $4.99 a month, you have a chance to win $50 weekly. We're going to be doing that on our live show. We're going to put everybody on the wheel. We're going to spin it and give away $50 a week. So make sure you guys come check that out. Only $4.99 a month. Very cheap over there. And our plays are actually better over there as well. So guys, it's going to do it. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NFL picks and props for Sunday, December 10th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Start us off.
Yeah, boys, we got reverse swept on Thursday Night Football. That's because I gave out the under 30.5 total points in the Patriots versus Steelers game, and it hit before halftime, and then after it hit, there were basically no points scored. That's kind of how it goes, I feel like.
Under 30.5. Nate, I'll let you have the floor.
Let's go. I should have brought my shades out for this. Over 12.5. All the doubters called me crazy. Patriots picked that up, in the first quarter? Yeah. Bailey Zappi is having a game of his life. I love it. My Patriots, stand up for me one more time. I love it.
Great play by you, Nate. Let's move on to the plays for tomorrow. Trav, start us off.
It's funny because we were clowning him too. Like, how in the world do you think the Patriots are going to hit double digits? We were clowning him, and then, hey, you won. So
trying to tell me 11.5. Nope, didn't need it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be attacking the big AFC game of the day, this Buffalo Bills at Kansas City Chiefs game. And I'm very excited to watch this game. Throughout the years, the battle of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes has brought us some elite games, and this one definitely should not be any different. And the Bills, they're 2-1 over their last 3 games versus the Chiefs, and all 3 of those games were in Arrowhead. So it does not have me worried that the Bills have to travel to big Arrowhead Stadium and have to face this Kansas City Chiefs team, because the only game that the Bills lost was that famous overtime game that Josh Allen did not get the ball, and then the NFL changed the OT rules after that. So I think the Bills can come in this game and control it from the beginning. So give me the Buffalo Bills here. I'm going to take them. I'm going to buy a half point and take them here at +1.5 in this game. I do think that they're going to win this game straight up, but I'm just going to get that extra point there just in case something crazy happens. Because this Bills offense, they have been very great this season, and they lead the league in sacks allowed, only allowing 1.2 sacks per game. If the Bills can stay ahead of the chains and consistently put points on the board, whether or not if it's touchdowns or even field goals, I feel like they can control this game from the beginning, because the Chiefs, they're going to be without Isaiah Pacheco in this game. And that makes me love this bet even more, because that makes this Kansas City team even more one-dimensional than they are. This Bills team, they're going to be focusing, probably triple teaming Travis Kelce and daring anybody else on that Chiefs team to beat them. And I just don't think that's going to happen. So give me the road team here. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take them. Whoa, it even went up to +2.5 as I'm recording. That's wild. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be taking the Bills at +2.5. The points are moving, but I'm going to be doing it right here, right now. So give me the Bills +2.5 on the road versus the Chiefs.
Trey, did you see the thing about Doug McDermott's 2019 hype speech?
Yeah, his team backed him up. So hopefully they're not going to just croak and die right in his face and embarrassing him in this game. But yeah, I saw that. Definitely no bueno. I don't think you can correlate that with team management or whatever he was trying to do right there.
It was he went for it, he went for it and it failed. But for my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Jaguars going on the road to take on the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns here -2.5 at home going up against the Jags. The Jaguars this season have not lost a road game. I think that's going to come to an end in this game against the Browns. I won't lie to the people on this channel. I did say last week that I thought the Browns season was over, and they did lose against the spread of the Rams, but Joe Flacco and the offense looked a lot better than I thought they would. The problem with the Browns is that they're not running the ball. They have Jerome Ford. They have Kareem Hunt in the backfield. I think if they establish a run in this game against the Jags, they're going to win this one pretty easily. Joe Flacco is at his best whenever the play action pass is working. And Joe Flacco, even though he's been out of the league for a little bit, he still has one of the best looking balls in the NFL. He looked about as good as he could possibly get in that Rams game. And I think it's going to duplicate that performance against the Jaguars here. For the Jags, they might not have T-Law in this game after he decided to walk a mile to the locker room on a leg he couldn't walk on. He's questionable in this game. If he does play, I think that's a big, big, big mistake by the organization, because the last thing you want to do is put an injured quarterback who can't move in the pocket going up against Myles Garrett. If he does go, I think that just helps our chances with the Browns, so I kind of hope he does play. But if we get C.J. Beathard in there, I like my chances as well going up against this very good Browns defense. This is a very important game for the Browns, who have kind of fallen out of playoff contention. If they lose this game, it would be 3 straight, and they'd probably be done for the season. I like them to take care of business here against the Jaguars. Give me them to win this game, -2.5 as the play. Nate, who do you like tomorrow?
I'll tell you, for starters, I love that Browns pick. Yeah, that Miles Walker shame was kind of crazy. But I'm going to take the Broncos on the money line. Am I getting points with the Broncos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the points with the Broncos just to play it safe. But I think that they'll win on the money line for sure. This is a game the Broncos need to stay in contention as far as playoffs go. They've been having a really good season. Really good. I think everybody is trying to downplay them because they just lost to Houston Texans. I'm not sure if people watch that game. That game came down to, Russell Wilson does what Russell Wilson does at the end with the interception, but I feel like Justin Herbert hasn't been playing any better. So before this loss, even during the loss, the Broncos for 5 straight weeks have recorded 20-plus points in all of their games. Away, home, it doesn't really matter. They've been playing way better. Russell Wilson got his confidence back. It looks like that he's trying to actually hit his playmakers and receivers. And then as far as the Chargers, they're supposed to be on paper the league's best offense, and they've been actually terrible. They scored 6 points to the Patriots, who has a great defense, but it's the Patriots. They only put 10 against Baltimore, and then even all their other games. They put up points against the Jets, the Lions, and the Packers. But 2 of those were losses, and everybody should beat the Jets. Us 3 can beat the Jets 3-11. So I'm going to take the Broncos plus the points. Again, I like the money line, but just to play it safe because a lot of Broncos game has come down to field goals and stuff like that. So give me plus 2.5 for the Broncos.
Yeah, I love that play, Nate. Broncos look like they're charging. The Chargers look like they're dead. So I love that play, plus 2.5. Trey, let's go over to the player props. Have you start us off?
I love it. You could have said a little bit better. You could have said that Chargers look like they got beat like a dead horse. You could have tied the Broncos there. But I went 1-0 on Thursday Night Football. That's because I gave out Ezekiel Elliott over 80.5 rush plus receiving yards versus Steelers. He almost hit this on receiving yards alone, and he was consistently getting handed the ball off throughout this game. So I felt really great about this bet, and Zeke showed up.
Yep, the Bailey Zappi head-to-head. I took the under. Nate, go ahead.
I'm finally winning head-to-heads out here. I see the future. Bailey Zappi, the hype train isn't dead. I'm on it. Now, I'm not probably playing it next week, but this week he got me a win. Thank you.
I have been the biggest supporter of Bailey Zappi for years, and the one time I go away from him, he does that to me. But you know what? We're going to move on. Trey, I'll have you start us off with our plays for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the rushing yards here, and I'm going to be attacking a quarterback, actually. Give me Justin Fields to go over 62.5 rushing yards against the Lions. I really love this over for Fields in this game. I think there's a great chance that Fields is going to torch the Lions here for a couple of reasons. The first one is this Lions defense, especially their linebackers. They've been very leaky here recently because over the last 3 games, the Lions rush defense, they're allowing 135 rush yards per game, which is the 9th most in the NFL over that span. So the Lions, they're coming to this game with some negative momentum, and I expect Fields to run into Lions Stadium and kick down that door here because he's been dominating Detroit basically his entire career, but just over his last 3 games, Fields, he's averaging a massive 128 rushing yards per game against the Lions. That is absurd and way over this number. In fact, Fields, he's hit 100-plus rushing yards against the Lions in each of those 3 games. So he loves this matchup, and he wants to will his team to a victory here. So give me Fields to get that done. Give me Justin Fields to go over 62.5 rush yards versus the Lions.
I love it, Trey. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Courtland Sutton to go over 12 fantasy points going up against the Chargers. The Broncos offense is a strange organism, and I don't exactly know who's going to get the ball most of the time, but it seems like Russell Wilson and Courtland Sutton have been on the same page during this good stretch of games they've had over the last 5 games. Courtland Sutton has gone over 15 fantasy score in 3 of those 5 games, and I expect him to get over his 12 fantasy score going up against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Commanders actually overtook the Chargers last week, but the Chargers are still giving up the 2nd most passing yards in the NFL this season. They've surrendered nearly 3,500 yards in the season, and whenever Russell Wilson does drop back to pass, Courtland Sutton is usually on the other side. Sutton's had a team-high 75 targets this season, and if we just get the targets in this game, I think eventually he's going to bust one against this very weak secondary. Give me Courtland Sutton to go over his 12 fantasy score as the play. Nate, who do you like tomorrow?
So I'm not necessarily sure if the Buffalo Bills, because that was your pick, pull it out, but I'm going to go with Rashee Rice over 52.5 receiving yards. So even if it does play in the game script that you're saying, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to pass the ball. And I'm not sure if you've been living under a rock. None of the Chiefs receivers can catch a ball. This is insane. Rashee Rice is by far and wide the best receiver on that court, obviously outside of Travis Kelce, who's a tight end. But, I mean, it's getting to the end of the season. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs want the number 1 seed. And if Andy Reid is as smart as we think he is, he's going to put the ball in his best receiver's hands. I think that's Rashee Rice. He's explosive. He can catch a screen, make it into a 20-yard gain even more. I like him going against the Buffalo Bills. Their defense is mid, but receivers have good games against them. Even seen with the Eagles game when it came down to it, Jalen Hurts, he got his receivers open. He was hitting them how they had to hit them. I think Devontae Smith had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just don't see any avenue where Rashee Rice doesn't have a good game. I would even throw a touchdown in there. His fantasy score is at 12.5. I'm not usually a big PrizePicks person, but 12.5 is a slam for sure. So that being said, I'm going to take Rashee Rice over 52.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, I will say, obviously, T. Kels is Mahomes' number 1 guy, but I think number 2 by a wide margin is Rice, so I like that play there. Also, is Pacheco out? Because he did haymaker a guy last week, right?
Yep, he is out, so it's going to be the Clyde Edwards-Helaire show in this game.
Yeah. Easy money for Rashee Rice.
Double it. Rice even more, honestly. But yeah, Trey, let's go to the graphic. I'll have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills here, plus 1.5 versus the Chiefs. Like I just said, Pacheco's out for this game. It's going to make the Chiefs more one-dimensional. I think the Bills are going to shadow Travis Kelce all over this field. So that makes me love that Rice play for you there, Nate, as well. And I'm also going with Justin Fields over 62.5 rush yards versus the Lions. He's been running all over them. He's been running away from the Lions. He doesn't want to get eaten by them. So I think that's going to continue in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns minus 2.5 against the banged-up Jags team. They're desperate. They don't want to lose 3 straight. They want to stay in playoff contention. So give me the Browns minus 2.5. And then I like Courtland Sutton to go over his 12 fantasy score. We just need one, really, 60-yard touchdown from Russell Wilson and Courtland Sutton. I think that's very possible against this Chargers defense. But, guys, that's going to do it for NFL Plays and Props for Sunday, December 10th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,